China.mp4 at TV. The world is thinking.
What's driven the current crisis that's a bit different is the additional money that's been pumped into the system, not simply through bankers doing what banks do, which is lending out money that they don't have, borrowing it from the markets and lending it. It's to do with the additional money that's been coming from the Asian economies and from the oil exporting economies. And you've had an absolutely enormous level of global imbalances where countries like Britain, America, South Africa, Australia, Spain, certain other economies, but primarily the US, the UK, have been spending more money than they've made, quite simply. And other economies, like the oil producers, the commodity producers, China and East Asia, have been saving vast amounts of money. And the consequence of that is that they are pumping all of that money into those economies, and that's the money that the banks have been lending out at lower and lower rates. I think that's really the kind of crucial step to understanding the current crisis, is the way that that's worked. So if you want to look for a scapegoat in the current crisis, I point the finger at the Chinese working classes. Because the Chinese working classes just haven't been, for a number of different reasons, have not been consuming their fair share. Rather than buying new SUVs and all of the other nice things that we have in the West, they've been subsidising us, and the result of that is that through pretty standard economic processes, that just means that interest rates become very, very low in the West, and the banks just sort of stand in the middle and force that money into wherever they can lend it, which has been essentially inflating housing markets in the West. To undo that, to have a more kind of sensible, balanced financial system, well, the Chinese should consume more. That's the way out of the crisis.